Today we're checking out more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 5.
We are en route to Earth, where it will be my pleasure to deliver this year's commencement address at Starfleet Academy. Forward to seeing Wesley Crusher again. His flight team will perform a demonstration near Saturn that...
We're going to Earth!
Please inform the Academy, Mr. Worf. Send my regards to Superintendent Brand.
Aye, sir.
Do you know Admiral Brand?
He knows everyone.
She's a formidable woman.
Oh, she...
Sounds like my superintendent.
When he sent for you to his office, he didn't have to ask what you'd done.
Picard was a little back in the day, wasn't he?
She is requesting a private channel.
Oh.
In my ready room.
These shots look different. I wonder if they had to reshoot some of this.
I know you're a close friend of the Crusher family.
Oh no. Did
Yes.
something bad happen?
I wanted to inform you personally. There's been an accident.
Did something happen to Wesley? I was excited to see him. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. All right, we don't know anything yet. Calm down. The first duty. Okay. I forgot for a second because I was into the theme song.
Fractures of his right arm, but he's going to be fine.
Okay, all right.
Wesley's allergic to Metorapan treatments. I think they'll have to use a bicardine substitute. I should
Beverly.
send his...
She's thinking like a doctor.
I know he's fine. I know he's fine. How did it happen?
Will Wheaton guest star?
Apparently his squadron was practicing on the Academy flight range near Saturn, flying a close formation. There's a collision.
Jeez.
One didn't make it. Joshua Albert.
Wesley spoke of him. They were friends.
Oh.
Wesley was so excited to make the flight team. Of course, I was a little nervous, but I was proud.
She got those mom instincts.
Beverly,
He's
Wesley's
alive.
alive and he's well.
It's pretty traumatic, though. And that kid's been through so much. All right, to Starfleet Academy. I want to go to Starfleet. I would have worn my Starfleet hoodie if I knew.
Commander Albert, I'm sure that everyone in this room joins me in expressing my deepest sympathies to you on the tragic loss of your son.
Man.
Thank you all for coming.
Is he going to ask to be on the task board or whatever it was?
Require any assistance, then the Enterprise is at your disposal.
I'm sure we'll be able to conduct the investigation, but thank you for your offer.
Wesley. Oh man, he's like doing physical therapy. Poor guy. He looks good. He's alive. He's alive. And he lost his friend. Ugh.
I was so worried about you.
How are you feeling, Wesley?
Not bad. The arm's a little sore.
I'm so glad they didn't kill him off. Oof.
Would you like to talk about it?
I know you're just trying to be helpful, sir, but it seems like that's all I've talked about for the last 2 days.
I understand. I just want you to know that I'm available if you should change your mind.
He's a good shoulder.
Hi.
Captain, sir.
At ease, Cadet.
This is my squadron leader, Nicholas Locarno.
Everyone knows of Picard.
I came by to see if Wes had healed up all right.
And how are you feeling, Nicholas?
Oh, I'm okay. I just never lost anyone under my command before.
They're so young.
Will you excuse us, please?
Oh, well.
Nick and I have some things we need to talk about.
Of course.
Are they gonna, like, say something specific at this hearing? Like, are they gonna tell the truth or are they fibbing a little bit?
The inquiry is scheduled for 1,500 hours.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna fib.
You ready?
I think so.
Don't worry about it, Wes. Everything's gonna be all right.
Commercial break. I wonder if he's pressuring Wesley to say something specific, like so he doesn't get in trouble, or if they're in cahoots.
Come on.
Oh, Picard knows this guy.
Jean-Luc Picard, class of 27.
I know that. What happened to your hair?
I need to see what he looks like with hair.
You sound surprised.
Nothing you ever did surprised me, son, except that time you caught that Ligonian and pinned him in the first 14 seconds of the match.
What? Is there a show where he's young? Because I would watch that.
I don't think I ever told you how much I appreciate.
There's nothing to tell.
Who is he to him?
At the time, I thought you were a mean-spirited, vicious old man.
I was. And by the way, I was about the same age you are now.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Crusher, Hazard, Cito, Locarno. I know them all.
Something's going on here.
Whatever happens, I want you all to know that leading this team has been the high point of my years at the Academy. No one could have asked for a better team. Or better friends.
Well, he seems nice.
We came out of the turn on course for Titan.
And you were still in the lead position.
As we entered Titan's gravitational sphere, I gave the signal to tighten up and move into a diamond slot formation.
They are really close together.
Cadet Albert's ship collided with Cadet Hazar's. We had less than 2 seconds to activate our emergency transporters and beam to the evac stations at Mimas.
Jeez. So all the ships crashed into each other. They all just beamed out. Did he tell the truth? I mean, obviously they have the flight data. They know what happened.
Final decision was made en route to Saturn. I didn't consider it significant enough to mention here. I apologize for the confusion, sir. I should have been more precise.
Are they being deceptive, though?
My first indications of trouble were when my proximity alarm went off.
You may be seated.
Did any of you see the collision take place?
They should have a betazoid here to see if anyone's lying.
You were in the tail position, therefore you should have seen any sign of trouble from Cadet Albert. And you saw nothing?
That is correct, sir.
No, they're lying.
You were flying a ship traveling 80,000 kph with Cadet Albert's ship less than 10 meters away.
10 meters? That's nothing.
He'd get nervous during close flybys and pull away in the final seconds. His formation flying was a little erratic.
And you didn't report this to anyone?
Yeah, like, are they lying?
I think Josh got frightened and tried to pull out of the turn prematurely. And then
His poor dad.
Josh was our friend. We didn't want him to be remembered as someone who panicked.
Yeah, maybe that's all it is. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, these seem like nice kids, but there's something else here.
When you knew he was having difficulties maintaining formation, demonstrates a serious lack of judgment.
Picard, what are you thinking?
Everything's fine. Trust me.
Like, they're looking at each other like, don't tell the thing, though. Don't say what really happened.
I've spoken with Admiral Brand. She's agreed to allow us access to all of the physical evidence and testimony. Thank you, gentlemen.
If anyone can crack it, it's those two.
You shouldn't have said it, Nick. Josh wasn't responsible for what happened.
I had to do something.
One of them is.
I worked to get him on this team, but the truth is he panicked. We don't know that. Of course we do.
But what really happened then?
None of us has wanted to say it out loud, but we've all had the same thought. Haven't we?
He must have pulled away too soon.
They don't know.
What do you want us to do? Walk in there and tell them everything that happened?
We might as well turn
Yes.
in our uniforms and start packing our bags.
Are we ready for that?
Would they really get kicked out? What is happening? What's going on with these kids? Wesley will tell the truth.
I knew I wanted you on this squad. You, more than any of the rest, would understand what it means to be able to count on someone, because you've been out there.
On the Enterprise.
Josh can't be a part of those plans anymore, but I think he would still want us to be a team. What do you think?
He looks troubled. I think he'll just tell the truth.
I found this in Josh's room.
Josh and I went to Calgary last month. He forgot his sweater, so we brought one of mine.
Calgary still exists in the future.
He told me you helped him with his classes.
A little. He only needed help in statistical mechanics.
Where is Starfleet on Earth? San Francisco?
Never gave up on anything. And he had a lot of respect for you and everybody on the team. I realized it was his fault, that everybody could have been killed.
I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, right?
I'm sorry that he let you down.
Wes is gonna tell the truth. He has to. Or he'll at least tell it to Picard.
We should be coming out of Titan's gravity well about now.
Follow me in.
And that's it.
That is the extent of.
I thought there might be a clue.
I lost control of my ship. A power coupling exploded in my cockpit. I don't know how, but I managed to activate my escape transporter.
Man, that's lucky.
Mr. Crusher, will you describe a Jaeger loop?
Yeah, what is that?
And climb and loop backwards at a steep angle. And at the peak of the loop, turn over and accelerate in a new direction.
Oof. Think of the G's.
Images were obtained from a navigational control satellite during a standard sensor
They're gonna
sweep.
catch him in a lie.
Computer freeze image, magnify sector gamma.
Zoom enhance. Frig.
Are these ships in a diamond slot formation?
No, sir.
What is your explanation, Mr. Crusher?
So it wasn't a Jaeger loop, it was something else?
Everything's going to be okay, Wesley. There must be an explanation for all of this. Data and Geordi are already analyzing the flight recorder and the satellite transmission.
He knows they're gonna figure it out.
I know you're telling the truth, but the satellite data made it look as if you were lying.
His mom. He is lying.
I am going to talk to Admiral Brand and ask her to delay the inquiry.
Mom, you can't do that. Please stay out of this.
Does she know now? Oh, maybe he is lying.
Tell me some more about Nova Squadron.
Not going well, is it? You remember the Parisi Squares tournament of 24?
The final game against Minsk.
See your breath out there.
Nick is what makes that team special. The members of that team love him. If he asks them to do something, they do it, even if it means going right over a cliff.
I think this guy knows everything, even if it means lying.
We unsuccessfully tried 53 different computational models in an effort to simulate the movements of the Nova Squadron just prior to the crash.
But they can't figure it out.
We did find that Wesley opened his coolant interlock just before beginning the maneuver around Titan.
Normally, the interlock is closed unless you're performing a check on the engine coolant levels.
What the frick?
The engine would probably ignite the plasma.
Ignite the plasma. That's exactly what they were trying to do.
Are they trying to kill that kid? Commercial break. He seems to have solved it. I'm not quite sure, but I want to hear what it is. Were they trying to kill this kid? I don't think that's right. Spill it, Wes.
Captain?
Can you tell me what this maneuver is?
Yeah, that's the one. Whoa. Whoa, what?
It's a Colvard starburst, sir.
One of the most spectacular and difficult demonstrations in precision flying.
That's what they were trying to do?
And it hasn't been performed at the Academy for over 100 years. Do you know why?
Too dangerous.
It was banned by the Academy following a training accident, sir.
An accident in which all 5 cadets lost their lives.
Were they really trying that? I guess they wanted to be the best.
That he convinced the 4 of you to learn the Colvard starburst for the commencement demonstration. If it worked, it would thrill the assembled guests.
And if it didn't?
Well, it didn't work. And Joshua Albert paid the price.
He solved it.
Cadet, I asked you a question. Am I correct?
I choose not to answer, sir.
Really?
Choose not to answer?
Wow. Wes.
That was the direct cause of the crash. You told the truth up to a point, but a lie of omission is still a lie.
He's disappointed. I'm disappointed too.
Day you came aboard this ship, your mother brought you on the bridge.
Yes, sir.
You even sat in my chair. I was annoyed. Presumptuous child playing on my ship.
The good old days.
I was convinced you could be an outstanding officer, and I never questioned that conviction.
He's questioning it now.
Until now.
Wow.
Tell the truth about what happened. You don't deserve to wear that uniform.
Wow.
I'm gonna make this simple for you, Mr. Crusher. Either you come forward and tell Admiral Brand what really took place, or I will.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen him that, disappointed.
When I got there, he told me that he knows the Colvard maneuver, the cover-up, everything. He said that if I didn't come forward and tell the truth now, he would.
And he went to this guy.
So let him tell the inquiry what he thinks happened. They'll ask us, is it true? We'll say no, sir.
I can't call Captain Picard a liar.
Wesley.
I'm very disappointed.
I'm gonna tell them what happened.
Yeah, you are.
You. We're gonna decide what happens to me, to Cito, to Jean. You're gonna decide that? You have to tell them what happened. Who the hell are you? Nick!
Is this guy gonna, shut him up? This guy's bad.
Cito, Jean, and me, we don't have a problem with this. But if you do, then resign your appointment to the Academy and walk away. Don't make us pay for your guilty conscience.
No, tell the truth.
Just to save your neck?
To save the team. That's more important than you.
No, man, you need to take responsibility for what you did. Look at this guy. You should aspire to be like me. I do the right thing. Are you joking?
Your unwillingness to offer any explanation for this contradiction is disappointing and raises suspicion.
They've already sort of tarnished their careers.
I have no choice but to close this investigation.
Come on, Wes. Wesley or Picard, let's go.
I'm ordering a formal reprimand placed on each of your permanent records. I am also revoking your flight privileges.
Oh.
This inquiry is closed.
Like permanent?
Sir, I would like to add something to my testimony.
He's like, yeah, you damn well do.
We performed a loop and attempted a Colvard starburst. We knew it was dangerous, but we wanted to do something spectacular for the commencement demonstration.
Idiots.
We pushed Josh into it and he wasn't ready. We thought we could do it.
And his dad apologized to him.
We were wrong. And Josh died.
Did the right thing.
Josh didn't let us down, sir. It wasn't his fault.
Mr. Locarno, you are the leader of Nova Squadron. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what is this guy gonna do? Deny?
Mr. Locarno has been expelled.
They should have expelled all of us.
They very nearly did. Mr. Locarno made an impassioned plea for the rest of you.
Really? Okay, well, he did the right thing.
He did exactly what he said he would. He protected the team. I feel awful.
Well, you did the right thing.
Admiral Brand has decided that in addition to a formal reprimand, your academic credits for the past year will be cancelled and you will not advance with your class.
Oh, wow. Just to redo everything?
Staying here on campus, everyone knowing what you did, you have difficult times ahead.
But I think he's forgiven him. He's proud of him for telling the truth.
You knew what you had to do. I just made sure that you listened to yourself.
That's what the guy said to him, the old guy, the gardening guy.
Goodbye,
Oh.
Cadet.
Goodbye, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was season 5, episode 19, and I like that one a lot. I think it was really good to see Wesley in a situation where he wasn't like perfect and solving every problem. I've heard that a lot from people, and it seems to be like one of the main reasons that people, if they have a problem with Wesley, it's usually that his character is like infallible. He's like the golden boy. He never does anything wrong. He's perfect. But this completely took that and flipped it on its head. Wesley did not have good judgment this episode. He was telling lies, and you know, this is a serious thing. His friend got killed. Picard didn't even try for 1 second to hide his disappointment when he figured it out. He gave him a very impassioned speech. He was just extremely disappointed and surprised, and so was I. And it's good to see that layer of depth given to Wesley. I'm really glad that they went there. I'm not saying that it was good to see him, you know, acting the way he did. I'm disappointed in what he did, but it made the character more real, more relatable. I mean, there's just more to this character now. And I mean, they could have given maybe a similar story to anybody. It wouldn't have been in the same circumstances, you know, at Starfleet or whatever, but maybe a similar story to any of the characters. But I think giving it to Wesley at Starfleet in this way was really cool and smart of them to do. And maybe they did know, you know, kind of the impression that the audience had of Wesley, which is, you know, he's just, you know, the wonder kid, he can do no wrong. Basically what Beverly thinks, like she just assumed he was telling the truth and had not even the slightest inkling that he could be lying. It's just the facts must be wrong. Wesley would never lie. Like, according to what we've seen, yeah, I mean, that would seem to be so. But I'm just really glad that they went there. This is a ballsy episode, and it's ballsy to do that to his character. They knocked him down a few pegs. He's not perfect, clearly. That was some very bad judgment in this episode from Wesley. And I really like the note that they ended it on too. Like, Picard went to him. You can tell he forgives him, but he also, you know, we didn't end it on a hopeful note. It was, yeah, you're gonna have a really hard time. There's hard times ahead. It's not gonna be easy. You've made a bad choice, and then you lied, and nothing about this is good. You know, eventually you told the truth. That's good. I'm glad. We can all move on now. But ultimately, he has hard times ahead. I love that they ended it on such a realistic note. I'm just really surprised. This is like kind of a departure from normal. I mean, besides the fact that we weren't even really on the Enterprise that much, we were basically at Starfleet the whole time, which was cool. I really liked seeing Starfleet. I'm trying to think if we've actually seen Starfleet in this series before. Not that I can remember just sitting here. This is one of the only times I think that I've seen Starfleet, that we visited Wesley there, that we've seen, you know, other kids that he's going to school with. I really like that. I'm very interested in Starfleet. I think I've said it before. If there was like a teen drama show set at Starfleet, I would 100% watch that. I think it would be super fun. But yeah, this was kind of a big departure, and I'm really happy that they went there in this episode. This is a ballsy episode. I still think he's a good kid, but he's not infallible, and no one is. Nobody is. And we got a little more background on Picard as well. He was, you know, talking to that gardener guy that he seems to know, and it seems like Picard's made his fair share of mistakes in the past too. And this show's just kind of reminding us that like humans are not infallible. None of them are. Wesley's not. Picard's not. We're not infallible. Even the best among us make mistakes. It doesn't mean you can't come back and be a good person and do the right thing, but we all make mistakes. So I really like that. I really like this one. I'm curious to know what you guys think of this one, but I really liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.